Hi, welcome. This is a prenatal yoga class designed with some poses that I like to do in my daily routine. During this class, you might need some blocks. I have 2 blocks here. I have a blanket just in case and a foam knee pad that I sometimes use. These are not necessary, and you could always use anything that you have lying around, like a big book, pillows from your couch, pillows from your bed, anything that works. Sometimes it's just a little nice to have some extra support, especially during pregnancy. We are also going to be using one of the affirmation cards from Mama Natural. I'm not affiliated with her, but I really love these natural pregnancy affirmation cards. And the one that I've chosen for this practice says, "I can hold peace and discomfort together with grace." And I just love that. I think it's a really, really important affirmation for birth and also just for motherhood in general. So again, it was, "I can hold peace and discomfort together with grace." So let's get into it. So we're gonna start off in a comfortable seat. You can cross your legs if that's comfortable for you. And please remember, anytime if you feel any pain or something doesn't feel right, especially during pregnancy, please back off, take child's pose, take any pose that feels comfortable for you, and just skip that part. Okay, we want to be very mindful of our bodies during this time. So we're going to start off in a comfortable seat. Maybe you want to sit on a blanket or a bolster to get your hips a little bit higher if you need to. We're going to find a long spine, close the eyes, and let's just settle into our bodies. Begin to notice your breath. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Without judgment, just notice where you are today. Feel your 2 sitting bones rooting down into the earth, spreading roots beneath you like a tree. Take your hands to your belly, connect with your baby, check in with them, maybe ask them how they're feeling today. And I want you, as you're ready, take your hands to prayer in front of your heart center. And we're going to rub your hands together, creating lots of friction, lots of heat. And when your hands feel sufficiently warm, I want you to place them on any body part that feels good to you. So maybe that's back to your baby, maybe that's over your eye sockets, maybe you want to give yourself a little self-massage in your shoulders. I'm going to take into my eye sockets today. And just let the warmth absorb into whatever part you've chosen. Give yourself some gratitude for taking this time out today to connect with your baby, connect with yourself. Take a deep breath here, filling up all the way. Exhale, let it all go with audible sound. Ah. 2 more times. Inhale, filling up all the way. Let it all go. Ah. 1 more time on your own. Ah. You can release the hands down to your thighs. First pose we're going to take today is child's pose. So you're going to put your hands down to your mat. You're going to spin around. You're going to, if If you're pregnant like me, you want to take your knees really wide, maybe as wide as the mat or even a little bit wider. And then we're going to rest forward. And you can put a block under the head. I think I'm going to do that today, if that feels good for you. Just surrender to your body, remembering that pregnancy is a time to really surrender to what you're feeling. Remember that every day is different. Your body's changing so quickly. Your baby's body is changing so quickly. So if there's something that you could do yesterday that you can't do today, it's not a time to judge yourself or feel bad. It's a time to remember how beautiful it is to be going through this process and how uncomfortable it can be. And that's okay, but we remember to bring peace to the discomfort, like the affirmation card we were talking about earlier. On your next inhale, we're going to come up to all fours. If you're using a block or a blanket, put it off to the side. And take this time to wiggle around, move the hips from side to side, making sure that shoulders are aligned over wrists and hips over knees. And then as you're ready, on your next inhale, I want you to take a cow pose. So we'll drop our belly down, but not too far, keeping our abs engaged, look forward. And then exhale, we'll take cat pose, round your back so that your back is super arched, still keeping those abs engaged. Your next inhale, find your cow, and then find your cat on your exhale. Just keep rolling through this as it feels good for you. Okay, on your next inhale, find your table pose again. And then we're going to do a little bit of core strengthening. So on your next inhale, I want you to bring your right arm forward and your left leg back, keeping your feet flexed, your lifted foot flexed. Fingers on the right hand are spread far apart. Take a couple breaths here. And if you want to challenge yourself, we'll take it out to the side for a couple breaths. So take your right arm out to the side, left leg out to the other side. And then bring it down. Okay, we'll wiggle it out a little bit. And when you're ready, we'll do the other side. So left arm extends out, fingers spread apart. Right leg extends out, foot flexed, making sure that your hips are staying square, even though it's really hard. Keeping the abs engaged. And then we'll take it out to the side if you like to. And then drop it back down. And I want you to curl the toes under, push back. We're going to take downward facing dog, just a moment. Maybe you want to pedal out the legs. We won't stay here too long. Good deep inhale, exhale, but drop your knees back down to table. Okay, so I'm wiggling it out a little bit. Today is Seems like my hips need a little more love. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna this time just lift the right leg back. So you're gonna lift it up behind you, maybe going a little bit higher than you think you can. And then you're gonna bend your knee, bring it up to the side right next to you. So you wanna touch your knee to your elbow. Do it a couple more times. So inhale, leg goes back and up. Exhale, bring it out to the side. You wanna touch your knee to your elbow if you can. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale this time, step it through. We're gonna do a low lunge. So find where you wanna be in your low lunge. I'm gonna put my knee mat under my back knee, just for a little bit of padding. And I'm gonna sink down. Maybe you wanna use blocks. Maybe not. Maybe you want to skip it. That's okay. I find that my psoas needs a lot of love during pregnancy. So this is a good stretch for your psoas. All right. So on your next inhale, we're going to take a little side bend. So I'm gonna put my block over to my right side and bend over to that side. Just opening up the side ribs like an accordion. And then we'll take it back to center. Now I'm gonna set my blocks aside. I'm gonna curl the back toes under and kick off to a runner's lunge. My runner's lunge, I like to feel my front foot really engaged with the earth and really spreading. Kind of feels like I'm spreading my hamstring back. And then if you want to challenge yourself, we'll take some airplane arms, which is always really fun for me. So how you do that is you want to kind of walk your hands behind your foot and then sort of navigate your shoulder underneath your knee and then fly your arms out to the side. Feels kind of cool. Just a breath here. And we'll take it back to runner's lunge. Putting the hands back down on either side of the foot. Now we'll take it up to high lunge. So take a deep inhale, up, 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 high lunge. Making sure your knee is making a 90-degree angle over your ankle. Maybe you want to take your hands to your baby. Ask them for some strength. If you're feeling tired today, that's okay. Okay, we're gonna move this into a standing split, but feel free to skip it if you're not feeling it today. So we're going to kick off from our back left leg and push off into our standing split. Doesn't really matter how far that back leg gets up. And if you're having a hard time balancing here today, remember that balance changes daily during pregnancy, so don't worry about it. Pull energy up through that standing leg. All right, now let's set it down. Forward fold at the top of our mat. I'm gonna take my feet a little bit wider to fit my belly. Drop the crown of the head towards the floor. I'll just rest here for a moment. Maybe you want to inhale, take a half lift. Making the spine really long. Exhale, fold. Okay for the knees to bend. Just release. Now I'm gonna turn my toes out. So my toes are off my mat, heels are on my mat. And I'm gonna do a squat pose. So squat pose is really, really helpful for pregnancy. Some women even give birth in this position. So we wanna keep our spine nice and tall. Make sure we're not sinking too much into our hips. We do want to open the hips here, but we don't want to be, crouching down too much. So try to keep a long spine. Breathe here. And then I like to alternate between my squat and my forward fold. So I take my hands onto my mat, turn my toes forward, and fold. And then I turn my toes back out and squat. Put my hands down, do a forward fold. And then we're gonna walk it back to downward facing dog. Just for a second. Pedal out those calves, the hamstrings. Drop it down to table. And I'm gonna push back to child's pose. And I grab my block again for my forehead, because that was really nice. So on your next inhale, we're going to bring it back up to our tabletop pose. I'm going to move my block off to the side. And then we're going to repeat the same sequence on the other side. So start off lifting our left leg up and back. Exhale, bring it knee to elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Engaging our core. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Up and back last time. And then we're going to bring it forward for a low lunge. So find where you want to be in your low lunge. I'm going to put blocks to the side of your feet. Or your foot rather. And just find where you want to be. Just stretching out that hip flexor. I like to look back and make sure my foot's not cycled in. And I'm going to take a side bend, so I'll put my other block off to the side. Put the block under my left hip and reach over to the left. I'm going to make sure your shoulder's not up by your ear. We're just opening up the side body like an accordion. All right, your next inhale, bring it back forward. Put your block off to the side. We're gonna curl the back toes under and push up into our runner's lunge. So remember, we want lots of energy going out the back foot and coming up through our left foot. kind of feel like your hamstring is spreading backwards behind you. And then if you want to play, you can walk your hands back a little bit, navigate that shoulder under your knee, and spread your arms out to the side. And bring it right back down. And then take a breath, taking it up to high lunge. So we want lots of energy going through that back leg, 90 degrees, over our knee over our ankle, and then we're going to push off into our standing split. Feel free to skip it if you want. All right, lower the leg down, forward fold, taking the feet wide to fit your belly if you need to. Crown of head towards the floor. Maybe you want to rock back and forth or side to side. Maybe you want to use blocks here. Bend the knees. Whatever feels good. And now I'm going to take Malasana, squat pose. So turn your toes out so they're off the mat. Lower your hips down. Find a tall spine. Make sure you're not overly sinking down into your seat. And breathe here. And then I like to alternate with our forward fold and our squat. So we'll inhale, put our hands down, turn your toes forward, release. And we'll turn our toes back out, find our squat. Next inhale, find your forward fold, turn your toes forward. And then next exhale, turn the toes back out, find your squat. All right, so now I'm going to put my hands behind me to find a seat. I'm gonna face you. And the next pose that we're going to do is cow face pose. So I'm gonna start with my right leg underneath, my left leg on top. So how this works is your feet are basically going opposite directions and your knees are stacking on top of one another. So find where feels good for you. You want to make sure our feet are equidistant, emanating out from your hips. Hi, Audrey. This is my daughter. So I feel a stretch just sitting here like this. And with my belly, it's pretty hard to fold forward. But if you feel inclined to fold, go ahead. I kind of just like to sit here, find a tall spine, kind of feel the lower back spreading. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, can you draw right here for me? So I like to feel my lower back spreading. And feel your sits bones rooting down equally from both sides. Thank you. Just breathe here. Maybe you want to take your hands to your belly. Okay, so when you're ready, we're gonna take if you're sitting with your left leg on top, take your left leg out in front of you for just a moment. And then we're gonna take it to bend the other way. Both our knees pointing forward for a mermaid pose. So I like to use a block with mermaid. Make sure your sits bones are still rooting down equally on both sides. Here you go. Thank you. And your block will go next to your feet. And we're going to find a tall spine. And then we're going to reach our right arm up and over to the left. And we want to push and root down through our left hand on the block or left hand on the floor so that our left side isn't collapsing.
There's incense.
Yeah, that's incense, babe.
It's right here.
You can look up towards your elbow, or maybe you want to look down, wherever feels good on your neck.
Sorry, Mama.
Breathing into those side ribs.
Sorry, Mama.
It's okay, baby. Nothing to be sorry for.
You're doing the block?
Yeah, I'm using a block.
What's that?
That was Dahlia.
Yeah, it was Dahlia.
Okay, your next inhale, we'll bring it back up. Move the block. And now we'll do our cow face pose on the other side. So we want our left leg, if you're on the same side as me, on the bottom, our right leg stacking on top, their knees stacked on top of one another. And our feet are equidistant from our hips.
It's on.
So our knees are stacked on top of one another. Our feet are equidistant from our hips. And I'm just sitting up tall. You can fold forward maybe if your belly's not in the way and that feels good for you. I just want to sit up nice and tall, and that's enough of a stretch for me. Can you go over here, please? Here, draw a picture.
What's up? Oh. Oh. Oh.
So we want to breathe into the hips, wherever you're feeling the stretch. And we're going to make sure our sits bones are rooting down equally from both sides. One more deep breath here. And then we're going to flip this leg to the other side. So we'll take it out to the front for a moment. And then move it to the other side. Okay, so make sure your knees are pointing forward. I'm going to use a block next to my feet. Got my helper here. And so we're going to lift our left arm up overhead towards the right, keeping energy through Excuse me. Keeping energy going through our right arm, keeping our right side from collapsing down too far. Feeling a stretch on our side ribs. Maybe you want to look up. That feels good. Release any tension you might be feeling in the legs or the feet. Inhale, we're going to come back up. We're going to find our comfortable seat. Have my affirmation card here, and we'll just take a couple of breaths here together.
Daddy's sleeping, Daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy's sleeping.
So we're going to take a couple of breaths here. So again, the affirmation that I'm using today is I can hold peace and discomfort together with grace. So maybe think about that. What does that mean to you to hold peace and discomfort together at the same time with grace? So we're going to close our eyes and a tall spine. Hands can be on the knees or the thighs. Feeling the gravity of our hip bones rooting down into the floor. And take a deep breath here, filling up all the way. Exhale, let it all go.
How do you try this, Mama? How do you try this?
So we're going to inhale again, filling up all the way. Exhale, let it all go, pushing all the stale air out of the body. And then begin to breathe on your own. I want you to imagine a light emanating from your belly. Maybe a white light. Something that feels very peaceful to you. And with every inhale, it grows a little bit brighter. And every exhale, it spreads a little bit wider. And then I want you to send that light to any part of your body that maybe is feeling discomfort today. If you're not feeling discomfort anywhere, just think of maybe where you'd want to send that light. Maybe you want to send it all to your baby. Maybe you want to send it to your heart. Maybe you want to send it to your third eye. You don't have to think too hard about it, just wherever feels right. Just imagine sending that light wherever you need it. And that place where you're sending it is getting all filled up with all your light, all your love. And as you inhale and exhale, the weight also begins to disperse throughout your whole body and then out into your space around you. And take your hands to your belly. Dip the chin. Send a message to your baby. Maybe you just want to say hi, or I love you, or ask them how they're doing today. Just connect with your baby. Take one final deep breath here together. And if you like, you can say Namaste.